Age, courage, freedom and still horse riding. What does it really mean to grow older and still ride horses? The best answers are from the riders who actually live it. Here's more funny, cheeky, honest and surprisingly profound sayings from mature, aged horse riders. Words that capture the realities of aging while holding on to the passion, freedom and joy that horses bring. Number 1. Darling, but what if you fall? Darling, but what if I fly? As we grow older, we could focus on everything that might go wrong, or focus on what might still be possible. For an older horse rider, a fall represents a very real fear of physical injury. Bones can be more fragile, healing can take longer, and previous fall memories can produce caution or less confidence. Fear has its place, encourages us to recognize our limitations, make wiser choices. There's a fine line between sensible caution and allowing fear to take away something that has brought us freedom and joy for decades. Then there's the opposing question, what if I fly? Represents everything that makes riding so extraordinary: freedom, exhilaration, connection, and trust between horse and rider. We don't pretend that the risks don't exist, or try to recapture the recklessness of youth. We replace youthful invincibility with experience, wisdom, better judgment and smarter risk management. Rewarding us with staying active, keeping the mind focused and resilient, nurturing the bond with a horse, and maintaining freedom that makes us feel young at heart. Falling is a possibility, but so is flying. Growing older is not needing to give up the things we love because we are afraid of what might happen. Number 2. On your deathbed, you won't regret not cleaning your house, but you sure will regret not riding your horse. Don't spend the precious years you still have doing only what's necessary, make room for what makes you feel alive. Time is short and precious, life is about more than simply maintaining it. A clean house won't leave us with lasting memories, whereas a good ride stays with us forever. There's nothing better than the feeling of a horse beneath you, the rhythm, the freedom, the extraordinary connection between you both. Chores will always be there, the opportunity to ride may not. Choose what matters most, while not ignoring responsibilities. Recognize that some things are worth making time for while we still can. We adapt how we ride, choose our horses and environments more carefully, accept help when necessary, but that does not mean giving up the joy. When we look back on a life well lived, we won't wish we had spent more time cleaning. The laundry can wait, life is happening now, so while you can, mount up and ride. Number 3. Out of the mouths of babes, Nan, your hair matches your grey horse, but is not as ancient as you is he. The cheeky comment from a child innocently compares the silver in a grandmother's hair with the grey coat of her horse, while questioning who is actually the oldest. Yet beneath the humour is something rather beautiful about growing older and still riding. The grey hair and the grey horse become symbols of the passing years, but rather than something to hide, those silver strands can be seen as a badge of a life well lived. Age may change the body, but it does not change the love of horses. Years riding brings experience, patience, confidence, wisdom and a deeper understanding of horses. Caring for and riding a horse keeps you active, mentally engaged and connected to something bigger than yourself, helping to keep the spirit young even when the hair has turned grey. There is something wonderfully fitting about an older woman riding a grey horse. A child may see grey hair, and an ancient Nan, while Nan sees experience, memories, freedom and many more years of riding to come. Number 4. My doctor told me to downsize my horse riding activities because I am getting older. So now I'm downsizing this year. I have gone from Anglo-Arabs, then to Arabs, then to Morab, so the herd is getting smaller for sure. Maybe next year I'll get some Shetlands. Age may change the size of your horse, but it doesn't have to shrink the size of your passion. The advice, downsize your horse riding activities, is intended to mean reducing physical strain, managing energy, and lowering the risk of injury with age. But the rider has cleverly turned the medical advice into a tongue-in-cheek equestrian joke. If she has to downsize, then she will simply choose smaller horses. The shrinking height of the horses becomes a humorous metaphor for adapting to age without giving up the horses she loves. Beneath the humor is a very positive message about aging without surrendering a passion. Growing older may mean recognizing physical limitations, reducing the intensity of riding, choosing more manageable horses, spending less time doing strenuous stable work, or finding different ways to remain involved with horses. The important thing is that the passion remains even when the way of participating changes. Number 5. Ever seen a tow ball on a hearse? Nope, you haven't, so spend it. When the hearse comes, there'll be no tow ball, no horse float and no horse coming with you, so enjoy the ride while you're still here. This cheeky saying is a humorous reminder that you can't take your money or possessions with you when you die. For horse lovers, there is an even more fitting truth. There is no tow ball on a hearse, so you can't hitch up your horse float and take your horse with you either. Aging and continuing to ride, time is precious. The opportunity to enjoy your horses may not last forever. As our bodies change with age, we may not always be able to ride for as long, travel as far, or do everything we once could. Instead of endlessly saving for one day, make the most of today while you are still able to enjoy it. That doesn't mean being reckless with money, it means spending it on the things that genuinely add quality, longevity, joy and years to your riding life. Not necessarily extravagance, but the experiences, comforts and self-care that makes your remaining riding years more enjoyable. Eventually there may be a final ride, a final goodbye. Your horse, the float and all the equipment will remain behind, but the memories of the rides, the adventures, the friendships, the freedom and the bond with your horse are yours to keep. So save sensibly, but don't save your whole life for a future that isn't guaranteed. There may be no tow ball on the hearse, but there is still time to hitch up the float and go riding today. Keep riding, for life,